Most men are made of flesh and bone, but Mario Barrios is a warrior stitched from steel and sacrifice. He doesn't just show up to the arena. He goes to war with a quiet intensity that unnerves his rivals. He is a pressure fighter with sniper-like precision, a man who walks his opponents down with a sense of calm chaos, using a long reach, sharp combinations, and a punishing body attack that systematically breaks wills round by round. He's battle-tested, fearless, and built for destruction, one punch at a time. And outside the ring, he's cruising the sun-baked, dusty streets of San Antonio in a custom Dodge Hellcat, rocking designer gear, and living a high life earned through pure grit, not gimmicks or shortcuts. This is a man who built his name and his multi-million-dollar fortune the hard way, through broken ribs and blood-soaked canvases. Before we unpack the rise, the resilience, and the raw, heavy-handed arsenal of Mario Barrios, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell. Because this isn't just another comeback story or a flash-in-the-pan success. This is the definitive rise of El Azteca. His journey began on May 18, 1995, in a city where quiet streets and blistering hot summers shaped a young boy with fists full of ambition and a heart full of fire. San Antonio is a storied boxing town, a place where the sport is woven into the very fabric of the community. And for a young Mario, the gym wasn't just a hobby, it was a sacred sanctuary. Nobody could have guessed that this disciplined, respectful kid would eventually stand toe-to-toe with legends and icons. But boxing has a way of revealing the cold, hard metal beneath the skin. Turning professional in 2013 at just 18 years old, he entered the paid ranks as a 140-pound technician. He quickly became known for a sniper-like style that kept opponents at the end of a stinging, surgical jab, frustrating fighters who couldn't find a way past his massive wingspan. He wasn't the loudest voice in the room, but his performances spoke with a terrifying volume that the entire division had to acknowledge. This map of tactical brilliance led him to the first of many summits in 2019, but every champion eventually finds their crucible, a moment where they are tested to their absolute breaking point, forced to decide exactly how much they are willing to lose to win. For Barrios, that moment was a brutal, high-stakes showdown with the relentless and undefeated batter Akhmedov. It was a fight that transcended sport and became a grueling survival test. Akhmedov was a human tank, walking through Barrios' best shots to land his own thudding blows. The drama was cinematic and heart-pounding. Barrios dropped his opponent in the fourth round and again in the final seconds of the 12th, showing a level of finishing instinct and dog that shocked the boxing world. But the victory came with a heavy price. By the final bell, his face was a mask of purple bruises and grit, swollen beyond recognition. He walked away with a WBA super lightweight crown, a title earned in blood that served as his official entry into a world of seven-figure purses and global fame. He solidified his status with a dominant homecoming defense at the Alamo Dome, staying composed amid a chaotic, bloody shootout to fold his opponent with a savage left hook that left the crowd in a frenzy. But the true measure of a warrior isn't found in a win streak. It's found in how they handle the crushing weight of a loss. When he stepped into the bright lights of the T-Mobile Arena against Gervonta Tank Davis, he boxed a masterpiece for 8 rounds, outpointing one of the best in the world before the elite power of Davis eventually found its mark in the later rounds. Rather than retreating or taking an easy path back, he did what only the bravest do. He moved up in weight to a shark-infested welterweight division. Even after a tough, gritty decision against Keith Thurman, the resurrection was inevitable. He dismantled Giovanni Santiago with clinical precision and then, as a massive 5-1 underdog, put on a masterclass against Dennis Ugas to secure the interim WBC title, proving once and for all that he was an apex predator at 147 pounds. When Terrence Crawford was declared champion in recess, Mario was officially elevated to full WBC Welterweight Champion. This wasn't a gift or a stroke of luck. It was the hard-earned culmination of over a decade of taking the most dangerous fights available. But the crown is heavy, and the target on his back has never been larger. This monumental performance followed a year of survival, including a heroic split draw against Abel Ramos, where he fought through a broken nose. He even shared the ring with the legendary Manny Pacquiao in a generational collision that earned him the Pac-Man's ultimate respect. As of late 2026, he stands as a cornerstone of the division, a man who has traded leather with the best of his generation and emerged with his head held high and his legacy intact. But when the gloves come off and the cameras stop rolling, where does a warrior go to breathe and find peace? For Barrios, the answer lies in the quiet, sophisticated luxury of his private estate. His garage is a high-octane celebration of raw, mechanical power. His car collection is valued at well over $700,000, led by a custom-tuned Dodge Challenger Hellcat. This 700-plus horsepower beast reflects his fighting style, aggressive, unapologetic, and ready to explode at a moment's notice. For more sophisticated duties or family outings, he turns to his Cadillac Escalade, a titan of luxury that serves as his mobile office, fitted with every possible amenity. Then there's the crown jewel of the stable, a Mercedes-AMG G63 in a stealthy, custom matte gray. It blends military-grade ruggedness with elite German engineering, mirroring Mario's own unique ability to be both a respectful, soft-spoken gentleman and a destructive, unstoppable force of nature. This fortune, now estimated at a rock-solid $3 million, isn't the result of luck or viral moments. It's the outcome of a calculated, business-minded approach to his personal brand. From strategic partnerships with performance-driven giants like Bad USA and SNAC Nutrition to heavy, intelligent investments in local real estate, every move Mario makes is designed to build a multi-generational shield for his family. He has successfully transformed himself from a kid with a dream and a pair of worn-out gloves into a blue-chip asset in the sports world. Yet, beneath the wealth and the luxury lies a deeply human story anchored by family roots and unbreakable loyalty. He remains incredibly close to his sister, Selena, who shares his fighting spirit, and his life was forever changed by the arrival of his daughter, Luna Sofia Barrios, born under a rare super blue moon in 2024. He shares a past with Omayra Liliane Figueroa, a woman from boxing royalty. And while their path as a couple transitioned into a journey of co-parenting, he handles every chapter with trademark stoicism, focusing all his energy on being a provider, a protector, and a present father. As we look toward the remainder of 2026, the story of Mario Barrios is far from its final chapter. He is a world champion sitting on a throne in a division filled with wolves, sharks, and young, hungry kings like Jaron Boots Ennis. He is a constant reminder that each scar on his face tells a story of survival, and each comeback fuels the next legendary chapter. He is the man who turned calm chaos into a career, grit into a kingdom, and sacrifice into a legacy. Is Mario Barrios the ultimate self-made success story in boxing today? Has he earned his spot among the greats? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Before you go, click the link in the description to become a channel member for early access to our cinematic deep dives and documentaries 48 hours before the rest of the world. If you felt the fire and the grit in this story, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And while you're here, you won't want to miss our breakdown of the rising heavyweight storm, Daniel Dubois. You can watch that right here. Thanks for watching, stay hungry, and we'll see you at the next gates.